Good morning. This is the Board of Appeals, Town of Hempstead, January 24th, 2024, 9:30 meeting. Will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Chairman, do you have any opening remarks?
For those of you who have not been here before, the order of the calendar is as follows. First, we take applications for adjournment, if there are any, and if there are none, then we call the cases in order. The procedure that we follow with respect to the hearings, the applicant makes their case. If there are any objectors, then we allow the objectors to voice their objections, and we then return the microphone to the applicant for the applicant or their representative to sum up. We have a court reporter. Everything is live streamed. You can refer to it in the future if you like. However, we do ask that people don't attempt to talk over each other because it's difficult for the court reporter to get all the information down. All right? No dialogues. All right? There any applications for adjournment?
Yes, we have one, 53, 2024, Seaford Memorare Club Incorporated, doing business as Knights of Columbus. Install non-permitted detached animated LED message board sign with 22 inches clearance from bottom of sign to grade, also known as 2183 Jackson Avenue.
Anyone here on that case? Oh, step up to the microphone.
Please stand.
You'll be sworn.
Please state your name and address for the record.
Leah Chiavello, 61 Cabot Street, West Babylon, New York.
Did you get that? Got it? Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
you need me to repeat?
No.
Yeah. Leah Chiavello, 61 Cabot Street, West Babylon, New York.
Okay. There was a defective notice. When can we put this case back on the calendar?
What was defective about it? Just didn't go out in time?
I was delinquent in the posting of the sign and the mailings.
Okay, so do you know now when what your window is, once we give you a date? It's like 29 days, at least 29 or whatever?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, I can make that.
Okay, we can give you, we'll tell her what her window is once we give her the date.
March 27th at 11 o'clock.
Okay, absolutely.
And when would she have to have so is the sign up, or just put it up late, or what?
No, I haven't posted it yet.
Okay, so when does she have to have the sign up?
By February 5th, March 27th, so February 29th to March 7th.
Okay,
That's the mailing date.
Wait, hold on,
That's the
let me see if they're the
We don't
same.
know.
Hold on.
March 7th, the March 7th sign has to be up.
okay.
Wait, let's be clear. I want to make sure we understand. So you gave her March 27th?
Yes.
So, yeah, February 29th to March 7th is the mailing. Now, is the sign the same, Christina? Okay. So have everything up by March 7th
Absolutely.
and mailed by
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
3/27.
Any other applications for adjournment?
How is that even?
Which case number?
What time, I'm sorry, what time did we give that her? Oh, that's my idea. Thank God.
You have to listen. Which case?
Case 31023 East Atlantic Beach,
Okay.
37 Buffalo Avenue, LLC, and Kenneth Kruglich. Variances, subdivision of lot area, front width from and on street line to front setback line, lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, rear yard. Construct dwelling with garage and second and third story decks, formerly known as 37 Buffalo Avenue, along with 311 East Atlantic Beach, 37 Buffalo Avenue, LLC, and Kenneth Krulik. Variances, subdivision of lot area, front width, from and on street line to front setback line, lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, rear yard, construct dwelling with garage and second and third story decks, west side Buffalo Avenue, 230 feet south of Beach Boulevard, and case 31223 East Atlantic Beach, 37 Buffalo Avenue, LLC, and Kenneth Kruglik. Variances, subdivision of lot area, front width from and on street line to front setback line, lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, rear yard, construct dwelling with garage and second and third story decks, west side of Buffalo Avenue, 260 feet south of Beach Boulevard. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good morning. My name is Stephen Landy, 270 Madison Avenue, New York, New York, 10016, and I'm for the applicant. I'm their attorney.
Sir, can I just ask you, is this the case where decision maker was ill and someone had to fly there?
That's correct.
Okay.
Not the decision
Excuse me,
maker.
this case is on for 11 a.m., and my recollection is there may have been some opposition the last time you were here.
I notified every single person that's ever come to this place to oppose in writing and let them know in advance.
That you're asking for an adjournment?
Yes, and I have an affidavit of service that I did that, so I represent as an attorney that I've done that.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to keep you here until 11, just in case.
Sorry.
Okay.
Apologize, but,
Is
But,
what it is.
if someone comes in and, let's say
Yeah.
the date we're thinking isn't gonna work, or,
Yeah.
we have to wait till the time, so.
I understand.
there's a very nice coffee shop in the other building. Okay, thank you. Any other applications for adjournment? All right? Call a case. Yeah, right.
First case, 3424 Roosevelt, T-Mobile Northeast LLC, renewal of grant to maintain 8-foot-high flagpole monopole with 6 wireless communication antennas inside said pole and equipment cabinets on ground, also known as 230 North Brookside Avenue.
Morning.
Jonathan Bertram.
Please stand. Do you swear or affirm
be
to
sworn
tell the
in.
truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please state your name and address for the record.
Jonathan Bertram, 2880 Shore Road, Seaford, New York.
Good morning.
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 So you're here for
This is a renewal of a grant to maintain an 8-foot-high flagpole monopole. Building Department inspected the premises on October 11, 2023, and they found that the applicant has complied with all previously imposed conditions. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I just asked that it be perpetual, the renewal,
We'll take that
permanent
up.
now.
permanent,
Perpetual's a long time.
How tall is this pole?
80 feet.
80, not 8. Okay, we have a typo on our
Yeah.
calendar.
Catch, Mr. Pellegrini.
That's funny, they found out it was still 80 feet when they inspected.
No, they found out it was still 8.
8, yeah, okay. All right. Do I have any other questions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I would just move that the hearing be closed, that the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Sir, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions?
Next case, 35-2024 Levittown, Robert Gronenthal and Maureen Malarkey Gronenthal, renewal of grant to maintain 6-foot-high solid and picket PVC fences larger than pool installation area, also known as 100 Constellation Road.
Anyone here on that case? Silence. All right, we can grant a appearance waiver, since it is a residential case. The building department inspected the premises on October 31st, 2023, while while in uniform and carrying around a little pail for They found that all previously imposed conditions were complied with. Do I have any other questions from the board or any other statements?
Mr. Chairman, I would just move that this hearing be closed, that this matter be placed on the decision calendar. The applicant will be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention?
Next case, 36, 2024, Franklin Square, Taco Bell of America, LLC, renewal of grant to maintain drive-through window, Taco Bell Restaurant, also known as 996 Hempstead Turnpike. Please stand. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please state your name and address for the record.
George W. Peters from Sir Tillman, Ballin, Adler, and Hyman, 90 Merrick Avenue, East Meadow, New York, 11554 for applicant.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board.
Good morning.
This case is a renewal of a grant to maintain a drive-through window. The building department inspected the premises on November 8, 2023, and found that all previously imposed conditions were complied with. Do I have any other questions or statements from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I will move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Peters, I think it is, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you kindly.
Second?
Thank you, have a nice day.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next case, 37, 2024, Baldwin, Stefania Adney, renewal of grant to use part of premises for non-permitted accessory use to maintain home occupation, cake decorator, also known as 957 Cherrywood Drive. Do you swear or affirm to
She
tell
didn't bring cake.
Yes.
No cake.
Please state your name and address
No
for the
cake.
record.
Stefania Morgan, 957 Cherrywood Drive, Baldwin.
You gotta speak a little louder, please.
Stefania Morgan, 957 Cherrywood Drive, Baldwin.
Did you bring by any chance a copy of your portfolio so we can see some of the cakes?
It's on my husband's laptop.
No, it's okay. We get that too.
We'll
artists
keep the
sometimes that
laptop.
bring their
I have
portfolios.
video, I have
Artwork's
video
amazing.
of the bakery if you want, or pictures, or if you want to see my Instagram, whatever you like.
You didn't bring
I
samples.
don't bake bread.
No samples. No samples.
I'm sorry.
We'll have
I
to
should have
adj-
taken note
We'll
5
have to
years ago.
adjourn the case then. All right, the building department inspected the premises on November 9th, 2023, and found that all previously imposed conditions have been complied with. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I just had a question. I know that when we agreed, there was going to be no internship and so on. In the future, being that I'm showing early signs of arthritis in my wrists, if I decide that I want to do one-on-one classes in my bakery, would that be an issue?
You mean you want one student?
One student.
This is a portion of your house, right?
This is out of my home, yes. I have no signage, no staff, nothing happens currently.
So if
So
your
I'm-
friend were over and you were teaching him how to cook, that's a concern?
I know that when we agreed initially, there was going to be no students, there was going to be no staff or anything of that nature. So I just want to be sure that if I do in the future change my mind, I have the option.
I'd like to look at the conditions as well.
They should be in the file. The conditions.
All the
Previous.
conditions.
It's right on top. That's what she is. Yeah. Have you changed your last name when you,
I'm married since.
When you say, so you make cakes in your house, and I take it you deliver them places?
Correct.
Okay. You don't sell from your house?
No, everything is custom order only. I don't have day-to-day items to sell.
So your conditions, as I read them, don't quite specifically say that you can't teach a person one-on-one, but
Okay.
I think that it would make the most sense for you to send a letter to the zoning board
Okay.
requesting a modification of your conditions.
Okay,
If,
I
and-
changed my mind in
And
the future.
requesting that you be allowed to, as a non, you're not allowed to have employees, but to,
Yes.
if you ask for the right to teach, let's say, a single individual one-on-one,
yes,
although if you're gonna need, if you're teaching someone so that they can do it for you because you mentioned that your hands are.
it would be teaching for them to, on their own business. So it
Oh,
wouldn't
I
be for
see.
me.
So
It would
that-
be for
so that
another
you don't have to
person
make
who
as many
wants to
cakes to
learn.
make a living. You could,
Correct.
I see.
Correct, because at some point my risks are gonna go, because I'm a one-woman operation.
Right.
So there's only so much kneading and
So-
wrist movement that I could do. At some point, I'm going to
Yeah.
have to slow down
Write
and
a
to
letter.
support myself.
Write a letter asking for us to administratively modify your conditions to allow you to teach a single individual one-on-one
Yeah.
in your home without altering, without still having an employee, without selling, et cetera.
Right. That would
And-
be the only change in the future if I change my mind, depending on how long the
Well,
risks
ask
last.
for that now to facilitate what you need to do now. And
Okay.
in 5 years, when you renew again, if by that time you, let's say you need one assistant, you can always ask in advance.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd write a letter in advance, your renewal come in, and then you could ask when you're here, hey, I sent a letter asking to modify so that I could have this one assistant, but right now, just ask to teach one person,
Okay,
and then we'll consider your
No problem.
modification request. Okay?
Meanwhile, this will be held, I imagine.
Yeah, we'll hold this on reserve, because we won't want to we want to give you the chance to write the letter so we can properly consider it and potentially make it part of the the grant that comes out as part of the renewal.
oh, let's do this one as it is now. I'm not
It's not gonna harm
considering
you to
doing it
hold it
right
on res-
now. I'm
Oh.
not considering doing it at the moment, maybe in a few years, at
Okay,
that point,
because your
yeah.
next renewal is 5 years away.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and even if we held it, it wouldn't harm you. You
Okay.
continue operating.
Okay,
You don't have to stop operating because we're holding you on reserve, just so you know, if that's your concern.
it's okay. I'm just thinking in the future, in maybe 3
Okay.
years, 4 years, at least I'll
Too young.
have it in the back of my mind what I need to do.
Okay.
You know that expression, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush?
Yep,
You want us to hold this for another 2 weeks?
agreed.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
just get it done.
It's better you do it that
Okay.
way.
All right.
Because in 5 years, you may have a new modification request.
Okay,
Like
okay.
to have one assistant, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll hold it on reserve.
Okay.
It doesn't change your life at all.
Okay.
As long as it's on reserve, and send in your letter, and we'll
Okay.
consider it.
Do it all together. Okay,
Anything else you'd like to
I
add?
think that's it. That
Okay.
was my only question.
And maybe bring a cake, Nick. No.
Okay, no problem.
No, okay, can't accept it.
You see, here comes the modification request with a cake. No, we're joking.
Whose name do I put on there?
No. We'll get in trouble.
My daughter-in-law has a similar, only she teaches classes in
Yeah.
Chicago.
In caking?
Baking,
You ever go on one of those shows?
children's classes.
I never go to any of the shows. It's
No, I
always
mean,
on a
get
weekend.
on TV, like where they
Oh,
bake
I
cakes.
just got recruited yesterday. Every few months they recruit me, and I don't want to go.
Really? Well, congratulations on
Thank
being
you.
recruited. Your work must be quite spectacular. All right, shall I close?
Any questions? If not, can I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. and Mrs. Morgan, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's ready. Thank you, and have a nice
Second.
day.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? Have a nice day.
Next case, 38-2024, Garden City South,
Hey,
Christopher
real-
Glad, variance, lot area occupied, maintain one-story addition and sunroom, converted to living space, both attached to dwelling, also known as 317 Wellington Road South. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Two of the guys who
Please
was,
state your name and address for the record.
Tina Pangallo, 549 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hempstead, New York, 11552. Good morning, Chairman and members of the board. I'm representing Christopher Glad, the purchaser of the property, and Derek Arcone, the seller of the property at 317 Wellington Road, Garden City South. The property is located in Residence B, and we're requesting a variance to maintain a one-story addition and a sunroom converted to living space, which violate the lot coverage allowed of 27.5%. The lot coverage provided is 28.8%. The sunroom had a certificate of completion that was issued in 1990. Sometime approximately 15 years ago, the sunroom was converted, and the kitchen was relocated to that area, and they wanted to enlarge the kitchen and added this small addition, and that's what brought the lot coverage to 28.8%. The house is well-maintained, and as far as we know, there's been no complaints from the neighbors. $7,500 is being held in escrow, and we're respectfully asking the board to grant this variance.
That's a major request for a variance. It's 1.3%. Any other questions from the board? Any questions from the board?
Move that the hearing be closed and matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Pangallo, you'll be notified by mail the board's decision once it's rendered.
Thank you very
Second.
much.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Next case.
Next case, 39, 2024 to 40, 2024, near East Rockaway. Michael
Here you go.
Momwini, variances,
Thank you.
lot area occupied, front yard average setback, side yards aggregate, rear yard, maintain addition and decks, all attached to dwelling. Special exception to maintain shed higher than permitted, exceeding horizontal maximum, with less than required rear yard setback, and with lot area occupied variance, also
Okay.
known as 5 Cook Street East. Please state your name and
Morning
address for the
again.
record.
Tina Pangallo, 549 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hempstead, New York, 11552. I'm representing Michael Mawini of 5 Cook Street in East Rockaway. The property is located on the north side of Cook Street East, 180 feet east of East Boulevard in Residence C. We're requesting a variance to maintain an addition to the dwelling, a front porch, a rear deck, and a special exception to maintain a shed. The house is a non-conforming one-family dwelling on a 20 by 100 lot. The maximum lot coverage allowed is 35%, and the lot coverage provided with all the existing structures is 57.7%. The average front yard setback required for the front porch is 21.77, and the setback provided is 8.8 feet. The other houses do have similar setbacks, but the corner property has a 52.3 setback, bringing our average front yard setback. The side yard required is 5 feet, and the side yard provided for the porch is .17. The rear addition is 1.91, and the deck is .43.
Wait, Ms. Pangallo?
Yes.
I don't know why. I thought that they did not include the corner properties when they were determining what the average was.
Oh, I don't know, I just did the 200 foot, so I used that 52.3, which is the corner property. Was that, didn't need to be
I
included?
don't know. I thought they didn't.
know.
And I just asked Joe. He didn't think so either. Do they,
Because
Christina?
Corner properties are required to have 25 foot,
Right, but
yeah.
wait, when they determine the average that you're supposed to achieve? No, I'm asking.
This is an
in
interior
order-
lot.
Wait, no. In order to determine what the average is for an interior lot, right, we have to determine, is it in a 200 feet radius, right? But when they make that calculation, do they also include the setback of the corner properties in determining what the average is so they can apply it to the subject property? I thought they didn't include it. You know what I'm saying? They do, okay.
Including the
My-
corner
So
property.
so that 52, of course, made our
Because otherwise
average.
it wouldn't, if the rest of them are much closer to what yours is, it would, the average wouldn't be so high without that corner, but.
Correct, right. So let's see, so the side yard aggregate required is 15 feet, and the aggregate provided is 2.08 feet. Yeah, because the house is on a 20 by 100, the house itself had, similar, small setbacks. The 6.6 by 5 addition is where the boiler is located. The shed also exceeds.
That's in the rear.
That's correct.
While we're on that boiler, what is that black area in the side yard?
Yeah, that's.
Let's see.
When holds it?
See if I have a picture.
the westerly side yard.
Let's see if I can see that in the pictures here.
It's on the plot plan. Oh, you
Yeah, I
say-
see what you're
okay.
talking about. I'm just looking to see if I can
Okay.
see in the pictures what that is. I'm not sure. It's on the survey. I don't know if that's, I can't see it in the pictures here.
So this thing was built as a non-conforming.
Because that completely encloses the side yard. I'll speculate, it may have been a chimney at one point.
Possibly. I don't know if this survey helps you at
Does
all.
it, only if it says what it is,
Nah, I don't know. It's got a little circle.
this thing. This.
Okay, yeah, I guess it was the chimney, because looking at this picture here,
It's pretty
there's a
wide.
chimney there.
But there appears to be, in the rear addition,
Oh,
it's like a shed-like, and it
no, no,
looks. that looks-
fireplace,
Fireplace,
yeah. So that was part of the original house.
yeah. I wonder, do you know whether or not that's still used? Because there is it looks like a boiler room in the rear. With a, there's a small door and a extension with a chimney on that.
Right, so that's a fireplace that's in the living room.
Okay, I see it. Understood. And that, I assume, came with the house.
Yes, it's not a condition of our non-conforming.
Thank you.
Okay.
I can get this picture, we'll mark it as an exhibit.
Sure. Okay, so the shed exceeds the maximum length and width allowed of 12 by 12. The length and width provided is 12.3 by 8.23. It does comply with the square footage allowed of 144 square feet. The square footage is 101.22. The maximum height allowed is 9 feet, and the height provided is 10 feet 6 inches. The rear yard required is 2 feet, and the rear yard provided is 1.87 feet.
What was the horizontal? I'm sorry, I missed it.
12.3 by 8.23. Mr. Mulwany purchased the house in 2013, and all these structures were existing at the time. He has spoken to the neighbors, and they tell him, as far as they know, everything's been there for a long time. The house has sold, and $25,000 is being held in escrow, and we're respectfully asking the board to grant these variances.
And I'm sorry, the rear yard is not just the shed, but for the house too? Yeah, the house needs rear yard also, right?
No, the house did the house get rear yard?
Yeah, house got rear yard.
Okay.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I understand how this house came to be in this size. So I see it was a non-conforming, then in 1938, there was a building permit issued, so some alteration was made then, fine. Then Sandy damage, and in 2015, there was a permit, I guess, issued to repair the Sandy damage and elevate it.
No, that was an application that was filed, but then he decided not to elevate the house.
So that 2015,
Will be withdrawn.
okay, but that's a condition of,
Well, there's a permit for just the repair of Sandy damage that's been issued.
okay, so let me just back up. So the dwelling is proposed under application 2015 to elevate and repair due to Sandy and construct second floor addition, et cetera. Rear addition and alterations. That was just a, whereas. But then it says the decision. The application to maintain the non-conforming one-family dwelling on the 20 by 100 is granted subject to the following conditions. Condition 1, basically get the C of O for the application 2015, which you say they're not going to do, right? If a certificate of occupancy is not obtained then the dwelling must be elevated and the following conditions apply. Condition 5 is you got to get the permit for the shed and, there's other conditions. So if 2015 application was abandoned. And has the house been elevated? It seems to me that it says here that to solidify the nonconforming, you have to either complete application 2015 and close it out, or you have to elevate the house, unless I'm reading it wrong.
Well, we filed for repair of storm damage and gave him all of the costs and how much he received, and they did a property damage assessment, and we have a permit for just the repair of storm damage without elevating the house.
But do you have but I'm not sure your nonconforming is effective. Because the nonconforming seems to require, in condition 1, either you get the CO for 2015 application, which you don't want to do, I get it. And if you don't get that C of O, then the dwelling must be elevated and the following conditions would apply. In other, well, that's the permitting process. What I'm talking about is whether or not you have a nonconforming use. It sounds to me like to make the, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a unique situation. But, or we could, well, leaving that aside for a second, I had another question. The condition 3 of the same nonconforming was obtain permit for the rear addition. Is that one of the things before us now?
Yes, that's that little room that was.
Okay, so that's, all right, so, I don't know, I mean, I'll have, maybe we can, I'll follow up with the examiner so that I want to, for my own edification, understand. Because this is a whole lot of stuff on a really small lot. And I get it was a non-conforming at one point, and then in 1938, another application was granted to make some addition to it. But all of a sudden, we got a 57% lot coverage, no side yards, no everything. And it's a 20, but, I mean, I think that's actually the smallest lot that's ever become before me in 19 years. So, if you had to do one of two things pursuant to condition 1, to solidify
The
the
non-conforming.
determination,
And you
neither of
didn't
those
do
two
it.
happen. I don't know if the structure legally exists. Anyway, and granted, I get what you're saying, like, well, why would they issue the permit? Well, stranger things have happened. So yeah, if I were you, I'd follow up. I'll see.
And there's a plan examiner that issued the non-conforming, and then a plan examiner that issued the storm repairs.
Yeah, and usually the plans examiner who issued this non-conforming, Rebecca First, as you know, she knows her stuff.
Right.
So maybe it's just written in a way that I'm interpreting it that way, but she didn't intend it to completely negate the non-conforming if you didn't do one or the other.
To get a clarification.
So is it best that I make an appointment with the plan examiner who issued the storm repair and go over everything with the non-conforming?
And with Becky.
That's what I would do.
And
I would go
Becky.
to Ms. First and inquire,
Yep.
like, just to clarify. I'm gonna also ask her just for my edification, because
I'm gonna
I'd
hold
like to
this.
know also. All right.
All right. Any other questions from the board?
Did you give us all the numbers, Ms. Pingala?
Yes.
Yeah,
What's your smallest side yard? I'm sorry, I just didn't write that
it's
one down.
point,
That's okay, I'll get it on the plans. I apologize.
it's in the
This is
stats.
on the other stuff.
Smallest side yard is .43.
Any other questions? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would just move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Pangallo, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Next cases.
Next case, 4124 to 4224 Elmont, Henry Lape, immediate family residence second kitchen, special exception to maintain second accessory structure, shed, with less than required side yard setback, also known as 300 Keller Avenue. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please be seated and state your name and address for the record.
We only have 2 or 4 people. Not everyone is here. Sister, I don't blame. Henry. Uh-huh. The 7-year-old doesn't have to be here.
Be nice to have the other half, or maybe there's one from each.
What?
Speak loudly, please.
Yeah.
Ms. Graham, 1 second. These 2 folks live in 1 unit, right? Is this Henry?
This is Henry, and this is Henry's sister. She lives in the second unit. Henry lives in the first unit.
I thought her name was Lape.
No, that's the wife.
No, what was your last name, hon? Lape. So this shows the 2 of you in the same unit, I think. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, sister, no.
What's your first name? Oh, okay, I'm sorry, you were correct. I couldn't.
This is Henry's sister.
Okay.
Right.
And where's
Henry's wife.
Henry's wife? Oh, okay. Usually, all the people are here, that's why we inquired. Okay, well, at least we know
That's,
from each unit,
right.
so, okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Applications were filed for one door to use and to maintain the shed to be used as a second accessory structure. Henry and his wife, Mascate, will occupy the first floor and Henry.
Excuse me, the caption reads immediate family residence, not a mother-daughter.
They're siblings, right?
Not a parent-child relationship, and there's other relatives, immediate family.
Family.
It's called an immediate family,
Family, right.
not a mother-daughter, because a mother-daughter is a lineal rather than a horizontal. You know what I mean? Yes.
Just for the record.
The application will be filed for immediate family.
Well done.
Henry and his wife, Mascate, will occupy the first floor, and Henry's sister, Youth Maris, and her daughter, Adriana, will occupy the second floor. My client and their family have 3 cars, one of which can be parked in the driveway. My client's understanding conditions of maintaining immediate residence use, with 1 meter, 1 doorbell, and 1 walk-up. We will also seek to move for a second shed with a side yard setback of 1.4 feet, where 2 is required. The second accessory shed is necessary for my clients to storage since they do not have a garage. We realize the lakes have 2 options, a few open permits for the first shed and fencing. We plan on closing all these permits at the same time. At this time, my client has spoken to both his neighbors and none of them have any objection to the variance being granted.
How long has your client, Ms. Graham, owned the house? Okay, and can you tell me what all's in the basement? And a full bath? And you have a permit for that full bath?
That doesn't mean anything.
There's no application. Do you have the search sheet available to you to look at? It doesn't look like any paperwork has been requested for the basement.
There hasn't been any requested.
No, right.
there's no kitchen in the basement, is there? Is it cellar entrance legal? Miss Graham, have you been to the house? Have you been in the basement?
Katora.
Is not that your client is going to use things the wrong way, but, you know, the basement is, you know, maybe a prior person had some kind of a living space down there, and maybe not, but it's got rooms and entrance, and it's closets in the rooms, and it's divided up, you know the drill. So, you know, that's something we always pay close attention to, because if your client were to sell it, next person uses it inappropriately, then, you know, we do kind of keep that in mind in terms of what we allow the structure to have. That doesn't in most ways affect your mother-daughter or your immediate family request. But as you also know, as part of the review, the Board of Architectural Review also reviews the plans for mother-daughters and immediate family residents. And I just, for the record, want to read the opinion of the Board of Architectural Review, which determines whether or not the subject premises is suitable to be used as an immediate family residence, and in addition to that, whether or not it's suitable to revert back to an immediate or a single family residence upon the cessation of that sort of use. So in the case of your application, the Board of Architecture, and sometimes for your edification, they make suggestions like, we recommend that you make them remove that door because that makes it look like an apartment, stuff like that. And then we'll give you the opportunity to tell us what you'd like us to know about why you might not want to do that, et cetera. But in your case, it's the recommendation of the Board of Architectural Review that the residence is suitable for a mother-daughter use or immediate family, and it is suitable to revert back upon the cessation of that use, provided that no illegal occupancy, that there is no illegal occupancy of the cellar, because that's always a concern. Plus, you know, there are safety issues, as we know. We see tragedies from time to time in that kind of situation. So I just wanted to put the record that it is suitable for the use that you proposed. Okay? Do you have any other questions, Joe?
Mr. Chairman asked, how many cars are do you currently?
3 cars, 1 car can be parked on the lot.
One car.
On the driveway, for 1 car.
Ms. Graham, one other thing. It would be helpful in the future if you do go to the premises, if you do check all the floors. I know it's not written rule, but it is helpful for us, so that we can ask,
Yeah, I just went and checked what I was.
I understand. Yeah, it's okay.
Any other questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Graham, you and both of your clients will receive a copy of the board's decision by mail once it's rendered. Thank you. Have a
Second.
nice day, folks.
All in favor?
Aye.
And opposed and abstentions?
Next case, 43, 2024, Merrick, Michelle Sepe, variance, side yard, maintained garage attached to dwelling, also known as 2022 Belmore
Big day
Avenue.
for Ms. Pangala.
She's cruising, where's she cruising?
Cozumel.
Is that because it wasn't attached, and then when you attached it?
No, they built it as an attached garage, and the side yard provided is 3.8 foot. The attached garage was built 20 years ago, along with the additions and alterations to the dwelling. Mrs. Seppi's husband passed away, her children are both grown and out of the house, and she wants to put her house up for sale, and came to find out that this work did not have a permit. I have 2 letters from the adjoining neighbors indicating they have no objections to the board granting this variance.
5 feet. Any other questions? Any questions from the board? Not? Do I have a motion?
Move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Pangallo, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next case, 44, 2024, Lido Beach, Susan Levy, install 6-foot-high pool enclosure larger than pool installation area with less than 10-foot setback on Royal Street, also known as Royette Street. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Please state your name and address for the record.
When you applied for the, or did you apply for the building permit on the swimming pool in 2016? That was you? You were the applicant in that case? So you had a permit? And then I would assume that the permit was issued in accordance with the code, which would have made it set back. And what happened? But the town of Hempstead didn't tell you it would not be a problem.
No, they didn't.
Right, I understood.
No, they put the patio.
No, it's a
'cause-
maintain now.
And then the
Oh,
guy
it's
across the
not a
street
maintain.
came in, he wanted a fence
I
out
see.
there too. Yes. Yeah, was that the guy whose last name is Lane?
No, Lane's our new neighbor, Mason.
But that's the house.
That's the house, correct. That's, our neighbor was, neighbor Ben Russo, and, he moved about 3 years ago, and he called the zoning board for like everyone in the neighborhood.
Well, because most of the fences are illegal in
Right.
that neighborhood. That's the problem, and then,
But most neighbors are okay with it. All of our neighbors, and we spoke
That's
to all
nice.
of our neighbors, and everyone put in, we have, people from, and actually, he was the one to come to us and said, because even though he lived on our block, he lived on the corner, he rented for many years. And he, as soon as he came, he said, I am very happy we have a fence, and we have a setback, a cutback, so there's no issue with the driving. There's really, and we put beautiful storage in front of it, so it's really, there's no issue, no one has any issue.
well, wait, is the fence installed or not?
The fence is installed, but not in front. The fence is,
The fence is installed where we approved it last time. Okay, that's when I first thought, but when you said we put this, yeah, this is where we approved it before. When they came in, they wanted it here, he complained, he wanted the same, he had one up, and he wanted it, so, because it violated the code, you see, that's what we approved,
Yes.
and that's what we approved.
We're looking at Google Earth.
Oh, sorry.
and I actually have, I don't know if you want to see pictures, about 25% of the houses in my neighborhood have the fences. And we went through the streets, and now
Are they legal?
Yeah, probably a lot of them aren't legal, but,
they probably don't, they probably didn't get variances because their neighbors did.
right, no, I know it's common in the neighborhood.
Exactly, but our neighbor came to us and said, I'm very happy to do it, we got all the neighbors in agreement, we think it's, justified, so we came back and our house is allowed. There's no safety issue.
Because everyone's new neighbors. Okay.
No problem.
I have no further questions. I'll take a look at it.
Anyone else have any other questions, statements? Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Levy, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you.
All in favor?
Next case, 45, 2024 Levittown, George Prieto and Victoria Restrepo. Special exception to maintain
another one.
accessory structure shed higher than permitted and exceeding horizontal maximum, also known as 426
Right.
Gardner's Avenue.
Mr. Mindel?
Do you swear affirm to tell the truth,
Yes.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please state your name and address for the record.
Mindel, if you said it, I apologize, because I just want it to be on the record. What's the horizontal that you need relief for? Okay, thanks. I tried to read it, but I couldn't. I couldn't read it on.
2 inches, that's the,
Any other questions from the board?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that the hearing be closed and the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Mr. Mindel, you'll be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Second. Thank you. Aye.
Next case, 46, 2024 through 48, 2024 Oceanside, Tyler Brown. Variances, lot area occupied, side yards aggregate, maintain wood deck and shed addition, both attached to dwelling. Variances, lot area occupied, side yards aggregate, maintain second-story wood deck with stairs attached to dwelling. Variance, side yard, maintain AC unit attached to dwelling, also known as 233 Links Drive West. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? Please state your name and address for the record.
Give me a second. Wow, this is a different chair. Okay, so, go ahead. Why don't you just start presenting your case while I go through my papers?
I'm here today representing our clients, Tyler and Paul Brown, who are the owners and occupants of the subject property located at 233 Links Drive West in Oceanside. We are here today for variances for an upper deck, AC unit, and lower deck and attached shed. The lot coverage of the property is to be maintained at 31.20%, requiring a variance for the 3.68% that is higher than the maximum allowed of 27.5% in a residential zone. Additionally, the upper deck has a side yard setback of 6 feet and does not meet the aggregate side yard setback of 15 feet, having only 14.2 feet. This requires relief of 0.8 feet. And finally, the AC unit for the property also does not meet the required side yard setback, having a setback of 3.1 feet, requiring 1.9 feet.
How long have these structures been in their current location?
The shed that is underneath was put in by our owners. They purchased the house in 2016, and decks have been there since we purchased.
How did your client come to know they needed to be legalized?
When they were filing for the proposed work, they were told that they had items that needed to be legalized, which had come up on the title search. So we filed for a proposed interior alterations permit, and the deck and the AC unit all at once.
Okay, so wait, back up. They had structures in place, and is it because they were going to do interior alterations that, like, how did they discover that they weren't legal?
When they went to file
For what proposed work?
we filed for a second floor interior alterations.
Okay, so because it wasn't for this proposed work, because the, so it was the interior alterations application that led them to discover they had certain structures on the property that were not constructed with the benefit of a permit?
When our office went there, we asked if they had a permit for those items, they said no.
Okay.
So we filed in tandem for the interior alterations, the upper deck, and the AC, and then it was discovered by the building department, they also needed a permit for the attached shed and the lower deck. So we filed for that afterwards.
Okay. So is there anything else you would like to add?
if you look at the plot plan that was submitted, where the exterior stairs are, it shows the fencing is not on the property line. You see where I'm referring to? Where, the number 107.18, right over there. So, the fence is indicated by a zeros and a dash and a zeros and a dash. That's a fence. Okay, so now you, yeah, here's the fence. This is the fence.
Yeah, and it's inside the property line.
But it's not on the property line.
No, it's inside the property.
But that causes a setback issue from here,
Does it reduce the setback?
a lot. So, the fence is not where it technically belongs, because the next-door neighbor could make a legal claim
Wait, where did they measure from, though? Maybe
from the
they-
property line. So it shows,
Still shows how, it's still, the analysis is how far is it set back from the property line, regardless where the fence is.
but it's pinching, the fence is in the wrong spot, and it's pinching the side yard access.
Oh, I see. So it doesn't affect the setback, but I see what you got. It's an access situation, yeah.
Did you hear what I just said?
No, I did.
And-
I can ask the clients if they'd be willing to move it to the, along the property line, but I would have to discuss that with them.
I understand, but you also recognize the situation that I don't know what the distance is access to the rear yard in an emergency. It's no longer, what did you say, the side yard was? With the stairs is 6.6, correct? That's to the property line, less or minus the encroachment of that fence, which is not properly located. I mean, they could put the fence there, but it's silly because it's giving away property, technically, potentially to the neighbor. But it also puts, I need to know what that dimension is, because it pinches into the side yard some more. Am I making myself clear? Any questions? Okay. So you'll bring that back to Mr. Mark Anthony and,
Anything else, Joe?
yes. No.
Okay, are there any other questions from the board? If not, is there a motion?
I move the hearing be closed, the case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, have a nice day.
Next case, 49, 2024 Belmore, Brian Dang, special exception to maintain second accessory structure, gazebo, higher and larger than permitted and exceeding horizontal maximum, also known as 2017 Briggs South, Briggs Street. Is anyone here for this case?
I'll make a call and see if someone's like on the way or if they just forgot about it, whatever. Next case?
Okay, the next case then, 50, 2024 through 52, 2024, North Belmore, Stephen and Maureen Lawler. Variance, side yard, maintain deck extension connecting garage to dwelling. Variances, lot area occupied, side yards aggregate. Construct two-story addition to dwelling. Variance, proposed senior residence, each dwelling area exceeding 800 square feet in floor space, also known as 105 Atlantic Avenue. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Please be seated and state your name and address for the record.
Good morning, Mr. Oliver. was legal when it was constructed, because you only needed, I think, 2 feet or some deck attached, is it? Okay. So that structure exists already.
You also need side yard aggregate. Proposing 13 feet where 15 is required. In addition to that, the senior family, each unit is in excess of the 800 square feet. New addition with both floors, 997.7 square feet, 800.
Does it say it has an exterior entrance?
No,
The existing house,
I said that by mistake.
that has 1,819. We also are required, because of work that was done on the house without permits, we have open permits for a maintaining of the rear dormer, a finished basement, a front porch, and a fence that was
Hold on. You're not here for those, are you?
No, we're not.
Oh,
I just want to make you
okay.
aware that we filed for everything on the property as now.
And does this house have a cellar, or is it just characterized that way?
No, it's a basement, it has a basement.
Oh, it does have a basement.
The original house has a basement, the addition will have a crawl space.
Oh, I don't have,
Finished basement,
oh, I see. I didn't have plans, but I found it. Okay.
in addition to that, I have a consent letter signed by 3 of the adjoining property owners. 2 of them signed, one directly pushed, each stating they have no objection to the variance being granted. That is
As part of your application for the senior residence, I assume you had to submit the title and some age verification documents.
correct.
for the-
The copies of the licenses, the husband is 64, the wife is 62. They own the property since 1991.
Is there anything else you wish to add, Mr. Oliver?
Not right now.
Do I have any other questions from the board?
I move the hearing be closed, the case placed on the decision calendar. When the board renders its decision, you will be notified. Aye.
Sorry, Kim. That's, this is 45.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Oliver.
Grab it.
What's
Well, we'll do the
what time
11
is it?
o'clock adjournment.
What time is it?
We,
Oh, yeah, let's do the 11 o'clock.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I think we can do the adjournment, and we have a second call. Oh, where's Christina? All right, I want to see if she can call another case.
Which one is second?
We had, no one showed up, so I want someone to call. Bottom of page 2. Yeah. Grace, so let's call the adjournment request. Let's get that processed. Christina.
Not use. What the hell? Why do they call it a garage? Yes. Yes.
You don't, wait, but you don't have to read the whole.
Well, by the time you do that, it'll be 11
So
o'clock.
maybe just call the case numbers, and you could just note that previously described or something.
Next case, 31023 East Atlantic Beach, 37 Buffalo Avenue, LLC, and Kenneth Kruglich, along with case 311-2023 and 312-2023.
Good morning
Just
again.
state name and address again, so we,
Stephen Landy of Landy Wolf, LLC, 270 Madison Avenue, New York, 10016, for the applicant.
What is,
you want to tell us what the basis is of your request?
Yes, I have, in the last month, sent a notice to Grace that we have intended to request this application. And I've also sent notice
application for the adjournment? Or, okay.
I sent it to everyone who's opposed to this
Okay, understood.
time. It's not lost on me that I've been here before seeking an adjournment.
I imagine not with that drive.
Well, this time, it's particularly serious. Mr. Leeper, who is the architect of record, is ill. He is going in for back surgery. This is the week he's being prepped. The surgery is taking place in a few weeks. And we could not get our signage up in time as a consequence of Mr. Leeper's issue. And we had redone our plan in the past time we were here to try to satisfy the dimension of permanence.
Right.
And we suspect at some point that when this properly comes before the board, that it will be much smoother.
Could I just ask you a little more about, so if I recall correctly, I thought at one point, the thought on your side was to ask for 2 instead of 3 lots. Now that you've redone the plan, is it still a 3-lot request or a 2-lot?
It's now a 2-lot request.
Okay.
And we have not been dormant in this matter, just so
We understand.
everyone's aware. We submitted paperwork, as requested last month.
Right, but I assume, I'm sorry to cut you short, but I assume that in addition, you're not here saying we didn't get the sign up in time, but we have reached an agreement. So I don't think you just need time to put the sign up. I think you're gonna need more time than that if you're still working on some kind of
Absolutely.
compromise.
As a consequence of Mr. Leeper's, his condition, we would like at least 60 days, to be.
Do you want more than that?
If we could have mid-April, that would be fine.
I don't see why we
Grace?
wouldn't give you more time. Is there?
Obviously, you just said that instead of a 3-lot subdivision, it's a 2-lot subdivision. The paperwork on our end has to be adjusted.
That's correct. And we are in the process of making sure that the board has all that.
But it also would have to go back to the building department, right?
Yes.
Because they're gonna have to analyze, surely there are
plans.
probably there are fewer variances needed. They may be the same ones or different ones, so, and even things like, the height of the structures, who knows if they went to 2 lots instead of 3, they added another floor on each one, or whatever. So you're gonna need time. I mean, I think the sign is the least of the factors affecting how much time you need. You're gonna need time to complete the plans if they're not completed, get them to the building department, that's somewhat or can be unpredictable, and then who knows the amount of time necessary. I mean, I'm wondering if 3 months is enough, to be honest.
Control dated 8/4, 3 letters, 3 words.
If it takes more time for the project that's not really, at least I can speak for myself, there's nothing, if you had unfinished construction or illegal structures that might have safety issues, then it's, to me anyway, it's more concerning.
How much time would you really
Yeah,
like?
I mean,
I'll take the first week of May, if that's okay.
Grace?
That's fine. May 1st,
Okay, what time?
11 o'clock?
Okay,
and hold on, let me just give you your mailing window. 4/4 to 4/11 is your mailing and sign window.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you say 11?
11.
Bad time to give for that, we're never gonna get lunch.
Then-
You too, thank you.
Hold on a second. Someone has a concern about
Well,
lunch.
No, that's,
It's
How about we put it on the afternoon?
I just think 11
Clever
o'clock's a
idea.
bad idea because they gotta eat.
2 o'clock. Grace? 2 p.m.
Fine.
Can we do 2 instead? Okay, thank you.
May 1st, 2 o'clock.
Grace goes along with everything.
Now, one other thing, I'm sorry,
have
sir.
another.
I will notify those
It's exactly what I was gonna say.
aware of.
Yeah, because there will be no other,
Two signs.
the mailing will
The
go
whole
out, but,
ballgame.
okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Next case. They're here?
I was gonna say, how do we take 6 months, to be honest?
Next case, 49, 2024, Belmore, Brian Dang. Special exception to maintain second accessory structure, gazebo, higher and larger than permitted and exceeding horizontal maximum, also known as 2017 Briggs South.
Give him a new date.
Yeah.
Why are they? Oh, that's good. Give him a new date. Yeah, they're not coming in today at 2 o'clock.
You might want to make the new date on the record. Yeah, I think we should call it and put the new date on the record and note that there's no one here in opposition. And called it in the courtroom?
No,
Oh, did
they
you,
they
can you note?
physically made a phone call. Make a note that
No,
they
I
were
mean,
called.
call the
We
case.
notified them.
Okay,
Did you notify them of the new date? Okay,
That's
so
what I wanna
let's
put.
call the case.
oh, she said she called it, so.
Grace, make the
Grace,
announcement of case.
call the
She said she
case.
just did.
No. You called case number 49, you put it on the record?
So, Mr. Chairman, as it relates to case 49, the applicants were unaware of their appearance today or looking back. According to counsel for the board, they've requested a new date. I note that there's no one here in opposition or interested in the matter. So I would ask you, Mr. Chairman, what date we should give the case. No further notices will go out.
April 3rd, 11 o'clock?
April 3rd, 11 p.m. You'll notify the applicant. Thank you.
Thanks, Christina.
Okay.
And our last case is 58123 to 58223 Merrick, Jason Mastronardi, special exception to maintain accessory structure shed higher and larger than permitted, exceeds horizontal maximum on both sides with less than required rear and side yard setbacks, variance, front yard setback on Charles Street, maintain wood deck with pergola attached to dwelling, also known as 2659 Montauk Avenue. Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please be seated and state your names and addresses for the record.
Jason Mastronardi, 2659 Montauk Avenue, Merrick, New York, 115.
Good morning again. My name is Melissa Graham. I'm from Long Island Circuit Permit. I'm on 24 Front Street, Suite 205, Massachusetts Park, Long Island Circuit 2. I am the agent representing Jay Mastronardi. He is the owner of 2659 Montauk Avenue, Merrick, New York. We were before the board on September 27, 2023 to discuss the lease for a partially converted detached garage and rear deck. The property is located on a corner, so the deck does not have the required 25-foot setback for the front yard from Charles Street. The deck maintains a 16.3-foot setback from Charles Street. The original deck was permitted in 1986. When my client purchased the home in 2018, the deck was already modified from the footprint of the original CO to its current condition and setback. The detached garage does not have car access, so by the recommendation of this board, we have updated the application to maintain an oversized shed that is higher and larger than permitted. The existing shed has a height of 11 feet, 8 and 7/16 inches, where 9 feet is allowed. The existing shed has a length of 18 feet, 7 inches, and 18 feet, 2 inches, where 12 feet is allowed. 144 square feet is allowed for an accessory structure, and the existing shed maintains 190 square feet. I personally visited the house, and per the pictures submitted, the shed is currently being used for storage and workout room. My clients have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. They don't let them around the equipment or free weights. The workout room is a peaceful sanctuary for use by the parents to work out and meditate.
Not quite, I wish.
The workout room does have a side AC unit, but there is no plumbing. The original dwelling was built in 1931 for tax county cards. The former garage was built in around the same time. In 1986, a variance was approved to maintain the deck and the former garage. We feel that these items presented today are not out of character for the neighborhood, and remind the board of the previously submitted consent letters signed by 7 of the surrounding neighbors who were not opposed to the variances being granted.
Can you give me the deck front yard? If you said it, I apologize.
It's 16
Point three.
And
versus
it's a corner
25.
lot? And then the shed, side and rear yard. Again, if you said them, I apologize. the shed. They get, I think they need it, don't they? Yeah.
Rear and side yard setbacks.
Which one's that?
on the side
Okay.
and .5 on the rear. 1.4 on the rear.
1.4 in the rear, and 1.1 or just .1?
I'm sorry, .9 on the side.
Okay. All right, just so we have them for the record. I have no further
Any
questions.
questions from the board? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that the hearing be closed, the matter be placed on the decision calendar. Ms. Graham, you and your client will both be notified by mail of the board's decision once it's rendered. Thank you, and have a nice day.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? That concludes the morning calendar.
If we grant it, should we say that it should be a man cave only, or what? I'm kidding.
That precludes your wife. Okay. Take a 5-minute break, and then we'll do some decisions.
Why did it? Because she wanted a shed.
Thank you for remembering.
No, I think it was maintain a garage. Something like that, and it wasn't a garage, it was multi-use. And then we sent it back and said, you really don't want that. You don't want a garage, you want a shed. Yeah, but, I mean, she was doing the right thing.
No, no.
Especially his air conditioning and making it.
time is it?
I mean, I don't.
Oh, I see.
We're gonna eat.
Let's do some decisions.
Yeah.
Huh?
I forgot my, I said I was gonna bring tea.
Need my
And then I'm
glasses.
halfway here and I'm like, oh, where's my tea? I forgot. I like something hot.
That is not acceptable.
What happened? He didn't bring anything to drink. I have to have coffee first thing. I don't even like to talk in the morning. 2 cups, that's it. I only have one, but I have a big one.
I have none.
I love it though. It's one of my favorite things.
Well,
Having my nice steaming cup of dark roast Starbucks coffee in the morning.
oh, God.
Dark
That's the $6 cup of coffee.
I love it. It's dark roast. That's why you can only have 1 cup. I don't think so. I put a half and half. I don't care. I'm like.
And 3 sugars.
I
That's
put no
why it's
sugar.
not bitter.
I put no sugar. I don't put sugar. Espresso black. Wow. Is that, now that's bitter, no? You put anything in it?
That's very European.
Oh, God. I'm gonna have to try it.
All right, let's go. Case 34 of 2024, T-Mobile Northeast LLC. Any discussion that the applicant made a request that this be made permanent?
You know, I don't know what our biggest relationship is with telecommunications, but
I wouldn't make it permanent,
I don't know.
temporary.
5 years?
Why do we have to have a relationship with T-Mobile?
Because I think the federal government has stepped in and done stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where we quit.
Do they mandate that we make it permanent?
He just means 6 years ago or whatever, we quit getting these cases because they fully usurped the area. So let's just
Why do we
leave it
even
as it
hear
is,
the case?
Because of
because it didn't used to be like that.
Want to check on that?
Sure.
We're going to hold that.
Hopefully we can revisit it this afternoon.
Yep. All right, case number 35, 2024, Levittown, Robert Gronthal and Maureen Malarkey Gronthal. Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move case 35 of 24 in Levittown, Robert Groenthal and Maureen Malarkey Groenthal, located at 100 Constellation Road, be approved as requested.
Second?
Yep.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed and abstentions? Okay. Case 36 of 2024, good old Franklin Square, Taco Hell of America LLC.
Oh, my God.
Any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move that case 36 of 2024 Franklin Square, Taco Bell of America, as was previously described, affecting the property at 996 Hempstead Turnpike, be approved with the same conditions for 5 years.
You want a chalupa?
Second.
For lunch?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed and abstentions? They'll come in with
So
it,
does
because we,
Richard.
call them and tell them we approved it, so they'll come in with lunch for us.
John needs a chalupa.
I don't even know what the hell it's about. Case 37, Baldwin, the cake lady, Stefania
I want a cake.
Adney.
Let's go to Masito. Or Masito, whichever.
Do you want that on the record? Stefania Adney, whatever her new
Morgan.
last name is.
Morgan.
Do I have any questions from the board?
I believe that she's
gonna
going
hold.
She's
to
gonna-
petition
we're
the
gonna put
board
that
for
on
a
hold, right?
modification.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold for the letter.
So, case number 38 of 2024, Garden City South, Christopher Glad. Do I have any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
I move that case 38 of 2024, Christopher Glad, be granted as requested.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, any abstentions? Cases 39 and 40 of 2024, Near East Rockaway. I'd like to hold that, and I'd like Couture to inspect it to see whether or not the conditions,
Well,
I mean,
I
they're
have this now.
major,
Yeah, I'm gonna call back.
yeah, okay.
I can do that with them.
Yeah, would you call, you know what the question is.
That's a non-conforming.
Yeah, you can see it. It's just interesting if you read condition 1.
Yeah. Cases 41 and 42 of 2024, Elmont Henry Lape. I would like to hold that. I would like to see the original plans, because it was built in 1966. I'd like to see, among other things, whether or not that basement entrance was part of the original structure. Otherwise, they're gonna, so if somebody would be kind enough to get the file, you know, or the original plans, I'd like to look at them. Case 43 of 2024, Michelle Seppi. This is the hardship case. Do I have any questions for?
Wait, I don't remember.
Any
What do you
discuss,
mean
this is
hardship?
the one where the husband died, the kids were
Oh,
out of the
yeah.
house?
And she's ready to beat it on out of there.
She want, this is the garage, this is attached to the dwelling. Okay.
Neighbors were in favor.
Any discussion? If not, motion?
I move case 43, 2024, location 2022 Belmore Avenue, Lawrence, New Jersey, as requested.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? Case number 44 of 2024.
I'll go take a look at
Hold
it.
that one.
I have some questions. She came here, we granted
Yeah, that's
it.
what I was asking.
We granted it in a different location. Now you come
Well,
back and you
it's more
want
than
us.
that. She requested it, I believe, in this identical location, because what they did is they poured the
Maybe
patio.
res judicata.
So that was what I was asking. So here's the question. If it was the same case as that which came before us before, and the principles of res judicata do apply, are they mandatory? In other words, if I have a case that's res judicata, and I can say, hey, this is barred under res judicata, do I have, if I were a judge, do I have the discretion to say, oh, it would be barred, but I'd like to reconsider that?
If you had litigants.
Is it mandatory?
If you had litigants.
Who made that argument, I would be bound by it.
Well, if you had litigants, I think it would be up to the party who is opposing it to bring that up as.
Say it's barred by res judicata.
Right.
Okay.
But now you don't have that here.
Right.
Unless we're in that position.
Do we have the discretion to say, yep, that's the exact same case we decided before, we granted in this fashion, no one's opposing us rehearing it?
What about the precedential value?
Exactly, there's a lot going on.
I don't.
So we need to
That's the
take.
bottom line.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Gotta
I completely agree. Plus, I think our decision was the right one. And don't
Right,
forget,
so
the guy
let's-
across the street who came in favor of them, and then vice versa, right? He had a fence that was all the way
Yeah,
out as
right.
maintained, and both of them, he had to move his back.
We're gonna
And-
hold that.
Yes.
Yep.
It's
So-
gonna be, we're gonna have to.
So
write
can
it.
you just check on that res judicata issue? Sure.
Yeah,
And maybe
and-
compare
The grants, or what was
the other plan,
requested.
this plan. Sure. Because I know they had pre-poured that slab, and they wanted it to go out and around the slab before, and they now want it to go out and around the slab. But, I don't know if it was all the way to the street before, and now it's 2.5, so she's gonna say it's not res judicata.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll look into it.
Next case, 45 of 2024, George Prieto and Victoria Restrepo. That name is familiar. It's,
Yeah, Restrepo is.
yeah, okay. Any discussion? If not, motion?
I move case 45 of 24 in Levittown, George Prieto and Victoria Restrepo
Yes, that's
Good,
right.
good job.
at 426 Gordoners Avenue be approved as requested.
For her,
the shit
no,
out of me.
for her, it's a good
Don't
job.
use that. Some grab, some cute.
The mayonnaise faces. is Gordon City. That's an issue. Okay.
Too late.
All right. Seriously.
Second?
Second?
Second.
Christina
I-
can't second.
Okay, second. I'm used to Kim being second.
Well, I
Did-
made the
did you
motion.
make the
I
motion?
made the
Yeah, I
motion.
did, I said second. Hey,
Don't
another
blush.
thing on that,
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor, aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Cases 46 through 48 of 2024, Oceanside, Tyler Brown. I'm recused on that case because I was in the other room.
I thought we
Tyler-
were holding for the dimensions of the fence.
Tyler Brown, I don't, they show a side yard encroachment of exterior stairs, and it shows 6 feet. However, to the property line, however, there's a fence that's way off property line.
Way up. It's right there.
They show a fence that's off the property line, encroaching into the interior of the parcel, which diminishes the
The actual,
actual use of that side yard. And she said that she was gonna
ask them to put it on the property.
Yep.
put it on the property line so that now it's a more palatable side yard. So
So we're gonna hold it.
I think we should hold it. Well, that's, you needed the explanation.
Brian Day.
What we did is we decided it had to be even with the house. So even if it was a slightly different proposal, we pushed it to the house. So does that still result in this judicata situation? You know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't identical,
If it's similar enough.
it was enough that we said you can't have it forward of the house. So you can, you know, you see.
Okay.
Case 49 of 24.
So I'm not sure of the answer.
Belmore, Brian Dang. That case has been adjourned to April 3rd at 11 o'clock. Cases 50, 51, and 52 of 2024. I was not here for those. Somebody want to have a discussion or make a motion, or both? Or neither?
Oh, okay, I will make a motion on that case, Mr. Chairman. As you mentioned, as it relates to cases 50 through 54, through 52 of 2024, Stephen and Maureen Lawler affecting the property at 105 Atlantic Avenue. I move that we grant the deck, that we grant the second-story addition, and that we grant the senior residence with the standard senior residence conditions.
Well done. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Senior residence is granted for what, 5 years?
That actually comes under the control of the buildings department.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay. Mother-daughters, 5 years?
Mother-daughters
Senior
are,
residence, control the building department.
yeah, they have a lot of
Mother daughter's
covenants
3
and.
years, they check it.
Mother-daughter is a permanent grant, but it's subject to verification every 3 years.
Why is not senior residences?
It may be.
It's taken out of our, if you look at the ordinance, and you could correct me, and feel free to correct me, I don't mind. I believe it's taken out of our jurisdiction, and they have to go filing lots of stuff in the buildings department.
Every so often?
Yes, it's subject to their review. What brings it before us is the fact that it's oversized. They issue them directly if this
Over
were,
800 square feet.
if this were less than 800 square feet. And then they would maintain full control.
Okay. Case number 53 of 2024, the Memorare Club. Sounds like something in Latin.
What did I miss?
What does memorare mean? I know it was in a prayer somewhere.
Grace knows.
Memorare Club, DBA Knights of Columbus. That case is adjourned to March 27th of 2000 at 11 a.m. Okay. Cases, case number 5, cases 581 and 582 of 2023, Merrick Jason Mastronardi. Do I have any discussion? If not, do I have a motion?
Shoot, we didn't incorporate the minutes.
What minutes?
I don't know if it was partial. I missed it. Whose turn is it to make a
I don't
motion?
know, I'll do it.
Yours,
Anybody's?
Joe.
I did.
Somebody make a motion.
Jason Mason,
Mastronardi. You did that purposely.
yes, I
I
did.
know you did that purposely. You know how to
I
say
move
it.
that these cases be granted as requested.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Cases 310, 311, and 312 have been adjourned to May the 1st at 2 p.m. And that concludes the morning calendar. Do we have anything on reserve? Peachy Keen.
I don't like peaches.
Damn it.
Okay, so,
Can you pull up?
What?
the first one that we have an update on was case 783 of 23, Elma Muhammad Ali.
Oh, I know him.
And the inspection that was scheduled for 1/18/24 was done. I have the inspection report, which I'll read. Went by property for follow-up inspection for BZA, arrived on site, observed following. Second floor, bedrooms, bathroom, no key lock separations, all smoke and carbons present. First floor, bathroom, kitchen, living room, bedroom, front family room, no key locks, smoke and carbons present. Basement, no key lock separations, finished 1 bathroom recreation area, appears additional sink installed next to boiler room. Outside entrance location appears to match plans. Advised owner must hire licensed plumber to remove additional sink, issued NOV forthwith. Will continue to monitor.
Want to make a decision?
Anything from Muhammad
It's
Ali.
better sink.
Yeah.
He's the king.
He's got to get rid of the sink. That's,
It's in the boiler room.
anybody want to make a
Is it a
motion?
slab sink?
Well, he
Now you
said
sound
sink,
like
if they
her.
made him remove it, they think it's part of it.
Okay.
Well, it's there without a permit.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
They could either legalize it by removing it, or legalize it
Or
by
file
filing
it.
for a permit.
all right. So, Joanne? I just got it.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions?
Nope.
I gotta look at the plans. I just can't remember.
Sure you
Yeah,
What I have. Forgot what I had.
your initials are on there, you better.
I know, I gotta look at the plans and see if I can do it the second. I mean,
Anything else?
The
I'm
next
sure.
case that we have, that we received information was cases 26 and 27 of 24. Seifert David Coletti. The applicant submitted the plot plan showing the pool with the permit number.
Which case is that?
That's,
Last page.
yeah, 26, 27 of 24, Seifert David Coletti. It's 3888 Ralph Street South in Seifert.
Okay.
What was it originally, the pool wasn't even on it, or what?
Apparently the pool was not on the plot plan, but they did submit a plot plan showing the pool with the permit number.
And accurately showing the pool,
Correct.
presumably. Did they submit it to us or submit it to the building department?
To the Board of Appeals.
And everything else is the same,
Everything else is the same.
Motion?
I move that case
I mean, are we sure it's the right permit number? We should have checked the permit plan. I mean,
Whatever.
the permit sheet, but now, I think that'd be pretty ballsy to put a fake number on there, you know. Or maybe we should check it.
Do you want to check it?
You know, sometimes there's
This
multiple
afternoon.
things on a
We'll-
permit number.
we'll
Like, if we just look
revisit
at the
this
search sheet, all I
Sure.
want to do is look at the search sheet.
got it.
And make sure the number they put on the plan is in fact on the search sheet as a pool number. I don't know.
Makes sense.
I don't know.
Now, the next one we have an update on is 29 of 24 near Island Park, Barnum Island Fire Department, 4125 Austin Boulevard. So, yesterday, a new plot plan was submitted, the sign was moved, and it is now set back 15 feet from Austin Boulevard and 25 feet from the side property line. I did reach out to Ralph Valarella, who said that it actually needs less relief than captioned.
It still needs relief, though, other than the reader board.
Well, the install second detached double-faced illuminated pylon sign, and also the clearance 5 feet from grade to bottom of sign.
Got it.
All right, so I'll make a motion.
And just the other update too, they did state on the plot plan that they will leave one message on
What-
from 11 PM to
until
6
2.
AM that won't flash or change,
Yes.
or they'll leave the sign blank.
Okay.
They had stated on
What
the
was
plot
the,
So they said that they will leave one message from 11 PM to 6 AM. There will be no flashing, no changing, or else they will leave the sign blank from 11 PM to 6
well, I
AM.
don't even think it has to be that strict, like, you
Well,
know.
they offer
That's what
it.
that's
They
what
No,
offer
but,
it.
no, hear me out. No, what happens if there's a storm coming, and let's say at 12 o'clock at night, then there's a message up, and at 12 o'clock at night, since it's a firehouse, they have to like put a message, this is like, you know, use this route, or I don't know, something about emergency, since it's a firehouse. And like, I didn't want, I just meant like, you know, can you say you'll never change it more than once an hour? Something like that.
You want to call them?
It shall, yeah, I'm thinking something that it shall never change, it shall not change more often than every half an hour. So I want them to have the ability to deliver messages to the community.
Well, maybe we say that, you know, you leave it blank from 11 AM to 6 AM unless there's an emergency.
Well, what the
How
only,
about that?
no, well, the only reason we don't want them, Wait, just, the only reason we don't want them to change it all the time, like too fast, is to distract drivers. So that's the only thing. I mean, so you think we should just ignore it entirely, no put a condition on it?
Don't put it in the
Yeah,
condition.
yeah, let's just not put that condition. Okay. And then, okay, so I will make a motion.
Good.
As it relates to case 29 of 2024, near Island Park, Barnum Isle Fire District, I apologize, affecting the property at 4125 Austin Boulevard, again, near Island Park, I move that we grant the requested relief with the condition, with the new location described in the, subsequent
On the new plan.
amended letter and reflected on the renewed site plan.
Temporary?
Temporary with whatever other sign
Sign
conditions are
conditions.
applicable.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? Why did I not look at Uniondale?
Same reason I didn't.
No, I'm pretty good about that.
Oh, I'm not?
You have creeping senility, so,
Does anybody else have any other updates?
hold on.
Inspections?
The board was supposed to inspect Ricky Valenti in Seaford. Did anybody go out there?
Whoa, where's that?
Where are you?
784
At
and
the top.
785.
Where is it?
Page 2 of the resume?
Page 2 of reserve, and 786, Woodmere.
Can, you pull the file up, sit through plans? Over lunch, I'm gonna pull the
Why, see,
site plan and the actual.
I'll bring the whole file up.
Valenti case, it's still confusing to me, though. It's a rehearing of a 2020 case.
Mhm.
Do you remember the details?
If I recall correctly, I believe that a neighbor came, and Christian Brown was the attorney, and I believe the neighbor and Chris Brown were.
Can someone just tell me where, I'm sorry.
784.
They were coming to some agreement. If you'd like, I can give Mr. Brown a call.
But did we,
Why won't,
what was the action that we did, if any, on the 295 case, 296?
I'll pull the Brown.
290, which one is?
It was a rehearing, we have to pull the
Yeah, it was
case
a rehearing. It's something that
2950.
caused this case to become a rehearing.
How many lots is there?
Or is it technically not a rehearing, or is it just referencing back?
Wait, this isn't the, this wouldn't be that O'Brien case, right?
No,
I believe Christian Brown. was the attorney.
Christian Brown.
I'll take your decisions.
I think we use that term a little bit
Too loosely.
too loose, way too loose.
What,
The rehearings.
Rehearings.
There's a couple on, let's,
well, you know my opinion, I'm very against most rehearings, because I think, oh, we didn't put our best case forward, so we want a new rehearing. It's like,
yeah,
no.
but Joy, if you look at today's, on the one that we're gonna do, there's a couple of rehearings.
Listen, you're preaching the choir. I'm, with the exception of actually new, a fair amount of relevant, new evidence that, reasonably couldn't have been known prior to. Yes, but with very few exceptions to, I think, like, remember, we've given rehearings to people like, oh, yeah, well, we just really didn't bring the right, we didn't do a good job on our case, so can we have a rehearing? We can't keep doing that.
Rehearing must receive an unanimous approval of the board in order for it to come
Right.
forward. So, for example, there's another on the March 6th calendar. Maybe you remember this. There's a rehearing it says a rehearing of 2019.
Is that Richards?
Yes.
I
Which
believe-
case?
It's a
It's
John
on sequel.
It's
Oh.
coming forward.
Okay.
It's a secret case. Yeah.
Just what I know about that, I believe that they have changed what they're building now, so.
That's a whole new case
Yeah.
then. It's not a,
It's
it
not
should not reference, it
The old
hurts,
case.
it hurts them to reference the old case because that incorporates the minutes of the old case. So they're putting themselves in a disadvantage, in my opinion.
But that kind of helps us because I think, I'm trying to think, because for us to have that case attached to the one we denied would be probative, I think, or at least a good, a little synopsis of the procedural posture so that if they try to, like, let's say they took an Article 78, like, no, we denied that, and then we,
But they filed a new case, and it's different.
For the Richards case, I believe that was, we had granted that and they just didn't do anything with it. That was my understanding.
Oh.
So then if
That
they,
was my understanding.
if they want to come back for the same case, that's an application for a rehearing. They changed it and they filed a new application in the buildings department, I would assume.
Most likely.
So the rehearing has nothing to do with anything. Am I like,
Yeah, I think it's fair.
off on that?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
So that's what's confusing. All due respect to Patrick, who's like, all due respect to Patrick, became like okay, let's do this. Perhaps he didn't understand what the purpose of my explanation. Did you hear my explanation just now?
He doesn't.
he's trying to tease you.
He's like, I'm sorry I came in.
No, not at all.
Right, I'll pull the, prior decisions on 295 and 296.
What's up, Mr. Patrick? You need Christine, or you need the chairman? How's your, job going?
Christina's like, everybody needs me. I want to get out.
Your sweater, you look
She's like,
very,
I want to be left alone.
you look like an author.
Charles Rowe.
Does Patrick look like an author right now?
Yes.
Does he look like an author?
On Broadmere, I did.
Where's your manuscript?
I've got a hell of a book.
You got a what?
Hell of a book.
Hell of a book?
Hell of a book.
Christine, where did you get that jacket?
780, Joe, 784, 785. Why was the board going to inspect that? That's in your neck of the woods.
The Valentine one?
Yeah.
I don't
Next time we
know.
open it, definitely. I'll,
But
change
that's,
numbers. I think this was like
what's the difference? That's a 295. I don't know what happened in 2020 versus today.
Oh, it's like a sweatery jacket.
Yeah.
So you can stay warm at work.
a little close to you.
Yeah, I took my jacket off and I'm usually cold.
I just put my shoulders.
So we're going to pull that. We're going to pull the
What the
minutes.
action was in 2020, if it was approved in the same thing as today, then what's different? You know, other than the area character.
Well, wait, did they, if we granted it, what did they do? Let it lapse? Is it that thing?
That's the one that's on March 6th. That one I know about. This one, I'm not sure of the prior.
Now,
or, you know,
does that make any question about this one?
Which one, Woodmere?
No, the
Oh.
unit, the auto car.
Okay, so I did speak to Rob about that, and he felt that it was best for us to, because remember there was an issue whether or not to keep it temporary or to grant the potential parking variance so long as the business remains similar to what's being operated.
Yeah.
And he agreed that it's better for us to keep it temporary so we keep a better pulse on it. And again, character and nature, we can keep our, we have oversight more so.
But this is an special use, special exception to use the premise. So it's a special exception. And a parking.
Mm-hmm.
So there's two cases technically it should have been, but it isn't. The special exception is one case, the parking is the second case. Yeah, it's right here.
Yep.
So, we're at a disadvantage, and it's a continuing thing that I have
So-
gripes with the building.
Well, and that's part of
With the
the
building
issue. It's
department.
how the building department is denying things. Things are going on one permit.
I understand that. However, there's also an issue that we don't know how many parking spaces we're granting, what the request is, and how much.
They gave us testimony.
Do you believe all of these lawyers that come before?
No, but I'm just saying, we did get testimony like we do in all cases, right? No, but what are you saying? You don't think it's accurate?
Remember how we used to get a plot plan with the parking marked up?
Yes, definitely.
We don't get that.
Why didn't we, I didn't ever notice in case we didn't have it. Do we not have it in that case?
I don't think we have it in any more cases marked up.
You mean with the parking spot 1, 2, 3, 4?
I don't think we have that anymore with the building department.
I,
thought
Are
this
they
one
marked
did
up
have.
site plans?
they're better to have it then,
For
because you're
pla-
right.
for
If we don't
parking
have it,
cases?
if we don't have it, Joe, you're right.
I
Oh,
thought
you
that was
mean
one
with
of
the building department's opine on it?
Yes, and what they saw and how it's marked up, you know. What's his name? Montemorano used to mark up FY, 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 and, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I
I didn't know that we
see
aren't getting
You
that
get to
anymore.
see that? And what's parking provided, parking acceptable?
Are you saying because we don't get the papers in the paper file that we used to get? Or are you saying the one submitted to us doesn't even show the parking spots on?
I don't think it shows.
Oh, okay, we gotta pull the case. I mean, I didn't know that there was a,
But
I'll bring file in the afternoon.
that's number one. So in this particular case, I don't know how many spaces they're required and how many they're providing. So what do we give you then?
I remember them giving testimony about though, because they were making the argument that no one's gonna, that no one's gonna come, without an appointment.
Okay, but that's to my point. So a parking variance runs with the land. I believe a temporary grant is gonna be the special exception. It's splitting hairs, but that's what it is. The parking variance is gonna run with land. This guy showed us that it's a low intense use, we're all happy with that. He's gonna flip it tomorrow and make
What was the use?
an office.
It's that car museum. I don't know, were you here then?
We're only by appointment only and all that stuff. So next week he flips it into a retail use, something more intense.
Right.
A
A
7-Eleven.
gym.
That's for
Gym.
human.
Gym,
The center.
7-Eleven. Do you remember Blockbusters? You know.
Sure,
I remember.
I do too.
But that's what, I
That
thought
was
you were
so-
too young for that.
Those were the good old days.
So this gets flipped over to a Blockbuster and says, "Look, you guys already granted parking variance, I can do this as a.
Well, you know, that's my pet peeve. You know this.
That's what we're doing, we have to.
I know, but I
We gotta-
keep screaming about this, but what can we do?
So that's why, if the board is inclined to grant this, it was suggested that doing a temporary grant would be a better way for us to keep our midst.
Well, but
For the
what,
special exception only,
It does run with the land, I understand that.
not
wait.
the parking.
what if, see, you know, I've screamed about this since the Avis
All right, we
case.
screamed together, yes, I
Yeah,
remember that.
like, our analysis of granting parking variances is literally, it's nearly the business type is practically dispositive about whether or not we're gonna grant the parking variance. Because the whole thing is, why does that square footage not require that number of spots? And that comes down to like two things. What kind of business and what are the hours it's gonna operate? And, because it's non-simultaneous. Oh, we can use the train parking lot. Well, you can't from 7 to 7. But you know, if your business is a bar, open from 8 to 4 a.m., yep, you can use that lot because there's gonna be spots in it. You know, and the time and the type of business is huge. And I screamed about this Avis property, they came in and said, oh, we're gonna have like a hotel, most people are gonna come, you know, people are gonna come by cab and stuff like that from the airport to go to like, conventions around here, blah, 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 and we put a little boutique coffee shop in it, you know, all of a sudden there's 2 anchor stores, the place is so jammed, you can't get
It's
in
on
and
Old
out.
Country Road where
Yeah,
Trader Joe's is
and
over
I
there.
went in there one Christmas, like 2 years after we did it, and literally it took a half an hour
Yeah, drive around.
to, well, what happens is you pull in, and now you have to get back here to get out. I pulled in and I literally sat half an hour, 45 minutes, just to try and drive to exit. I decided I wasn't gonna go. So I called them, like, have you seen it? They've got piles of stores there, restaurants. We granted this small parking spot, and actually, we first granted it, they were gonna have a parking garage in the back. Whole 2-level,
I think they
3-level
might
parking
have
garage.
a little one, I'm not
No, they
sure.
have it downstairs, but they had one in the back. That was the best parking expert we ever had. And so then, we granted with that, then they come in and say, oh, we don't wanna put up that parking garage in the back now, remember like 2 or 3? Oh, and the reason we don't need to put the parking garage, and all of a sudden, boom, then it goes to site review, and once we granted that variance, we can't take it away. And it's just, so it is a huge deal that if I'm not sure how we solve the problem, because if we have to give the parking grant to run with the land, what that's gonna start making happen is, we're not gonna give any parking grant variances, which is obviously not a sustainable situation either.
That's not a bad
Or-
idea either. What happens if we deny the parking on this case and let them do the museum? Will they not give them a permit?
I imagine not,
Why?
because, we should inquire.
We granted the special exception but denied his parking.
Maybe the reason they put it together.
Parking is supposed to be
I bet you that's the reason they put them on the same application. Because you can't have one without the other.
It shouldn't be together, I don't care. I mean,
Oh, I
fir-
don't disagree.
First of all,
It's-
they're
I-
waiving fees on their.
But I think
shouldn't be doing
I think the long-term answer is we have to figure out, we need to look at the ordinance, and maybe we need to talk to the town board about changing the
Well,
ordinance.
one suggestion I was gonna make is, I do not believe that we have a section, you would look like and I would, in BZO with respect to abandonment.
Like abandoning the
If you
use
abandon the
proposed?
use,
I
and,
I went
you
through
know-
this years ago with COVID, because it said they abandoned, there's no such thing as abandonment.
well, and
No,
my
there
understanding
was.
is in our statute, our ordinance, we do not have it.
Right.
So if we had one, then we could potentially condition this, that, you know, it would be conditioned on the use,
Hold on, but
you know? And if it's abandoned,
we had, okay, in line with this discussion, so in Point Lookout, we had a bar called Bayside Bay something, and it closed for like 7 years. It's now called The Point. This is the case, that one, the Ale House case. So they came in, this person purchased this next Tuesday.
So where are we? Of course, I'm kind of like lost.
We're on hold pending further investigation.
Okay.
Did anybody, take a look at, 786 Woodmere, Emily Fuchs?
Height.
Adding Steve Trevor stories.
Can you give me a?
This is,
It's a construct.
she had a whole bunch of children, she should have photographs.
Oh, yeah. 9 bedrooms.
She showed, photographs.
I'd have to see the plans to remember if I see it. Does anybody have any, was it the
Well, it's a
chairman who wanted?
it's a
us-
request for a 3-story dwelling.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can figure that out by just looking at the plans.
Okay, so
I
let's
feel
get
like I
the
could give
plans.
my opinion anyway.
Well, all right, so you're charged with looking at the plans,
Okay,
okay? So strike out board to inspect and say Couture D'Amato to inspect
I'm
plans.
just gonna look at the plans and we'll all take a gander.
Yes. Board to inspect plans. Man, I
What do you
got
got, Bonnie? What do you got? Nothing? We
Well,
just-
Wait, one thing, that case was heard on December 13th. Can, if the transcript's in the file, can I grab it too?
I'll see if it's there.
It's over a month, Mike.
See if it's there.
Watch the video, yeah.
11 through 14 and 24, I believe you were going to.
It was there last week.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Okay, so we're gonna continue to hold it until they get it out of
Give
it,
it to next week.
that's all.
And really, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's a nice neighborhood.
Okay. I heard nothing on case number 17.
Yep. They're supposed to move the windows,
Yeah.
so people don't invest money in shades anymore, I guess,
In what?
in shades. My wife, we have
I
like
do.
4
Go where?
windows in the master bedroom. We have windows like this, and a side window. And
I gotta get
my
some
wife
photos.
closes, I mean, during the day, all the shades are up. And I say to her, you know, I mean, we have curtains, let's put some curtains there, halfway
I
up.
like them all open.
Otherwise,
except
everybody
that's
in the
fucking
neighborhood
cash
can
anyway.
see walking in the bedroom during the day. I don't know.
I like it
Is
all.
your neighbor
except
peeping?
Do you have any?
During the day, he's never home, that's the good news.
What about people that don't close their shades at night?
Yeah, what
And you
about
can see,
Let me know where they are.
why are you looking around?
Bring my periscope.
needs to secure permits, no prior requests, and she's still in the process of getting the documents drawn for the structural, the proposed construction that she's handling the building department. And I think we
How
should.
long's it been?
She's for a couple of years.
Oh,
couple
June
months.
28th?
Yeah, 6 months.
She's probably not in a hurry. Yeah, give us 6.
Is this fan cold right now? Is the fan cold? I'm cold.
It feels like it's maybe chilly.
I know, I just put this over my
I
shoulders.
want to
but-
get one of those maybe.
Let me feel this.
You know what I like is the pockets.
Oh, that's nice.
You know why? Because it'd be warm in here, Kim. I like the kind of
Oh,
pockets.
see, I
Oh,
love
fleece
that.
lined.
See, I
Yeah, and you
I
see the
love
kind of
fleece.
pockets.
Now, wait a
Kim,
minute.
Oh, I love
it has pockets, you can stick your hands in this way.
Oh, my God.
Was that,
I
was
love those
that,
kind of pockets.
hold on, was that swag?
Yes.
Or you
No,
had to
she had
pay
to buy
for
it.
it?
Well, we had to pay for it. It
Oh,
was only
then
like
it's
40,
not
50
swag.
bucks.
Okay. Where do you get it?
Why,
Is
you
there,
buying the board,
is it
everything?
unisex or is there a man one and a girl one?
They probably have a men's one as well. I was the only one in the office that wanted one, so we went with the men.
I
Is
like that.
everybody else is ashamed that they work here?
No,
Obviously.
They have shirts and sweatshirts,
Oh.
but.
Oh, there's swetshirts?
Yeah,
Yeah, but you,
Crew necks?
you can't come out with a
Where
sweatshirt,
is
though.
this stuff?
Eddie?
You know I
You
don't
can't come
read.
out,
Decision affects, the person who owned it at the time the decision was made, was Mr. John J. Schnitzer. And the address appears to be 1169 Laidlaw Avenue in Franklin Square. Front and side yard variance to construct one-car attached garage. Granted on condition applicant maintain a free and unobstructed setback height. Permit must be 90 days. Oh, see here, look, this is why it's like kind of angled or something. Okay. The house is sort of sitting, that's odd.
This is gonna get complicated, because technically, they're also gonna need an extension of time, unless we apply the modification to an extension of time,
Wait, an extension of time for what?
to obtain a certificate of completion for the garage.
Well, maybe they have one.
I don't think so.
Yeah, since we seem to not be able to get past it, she's like, she's over there going, okay, you guys, you're killing me here. You morons.
Look, but she's just absorbing this and learning so much.
Oh, yeah, she's not absorbing, she's like, oh my God, this is stupid now. This is just stupid now. I'll go, fine, you ding-dongs, I'll
Now,
go.
you guys are gonna all be really happy. We have a request for a rehearing. It was Path Landing Holdings LLC, originally heard in 2021, 2160 Bedford Avenue, Belmore.
Oh, that house, remember Dave got,
So they,
that one?
they do have plans and whatnot attached here. They do seem to have made substantial changes.
Did they used to want like apartments or something?
Yes.
It's a
So
it's a C zone.
the new plan
No,
proposes
it's like a three-family dwelling.
No.
23-unit
No.
No.
23-unit luxury apartment building.
Right.
the board is aware, we've received a request for a modification of a decision that was issued by the zoning board on March 27th of 1963 under application number 212091. It was issued to Mr. John J. Schnetzer regarding the property located at 1169 Laidlaw Avenue in Franklin Square, New York. At the time, the applicant was granted a detached garage with a 5-foot side yard setback. It was recently discovered that after it was constructed in 1963 or thereabouts, that the side yard setback varies from front to back between 4.7 feet and 5.3 feet, as reflected on the survey dated, let me give you the date of the survey, prepared by TP Permits, 549 Hempstead Turnpike, West Hempstead, New York, 11552, on August 23rd of 2023. I would move that we amend the prior condition requiring a 5-yard setback on the 1963 grant to reflect the actual setbacks reflected on this August 23rd, 2023 site plan.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed, any abstentions? Nope. Did anybody understand it?
Wait, did anyone understand that? Was I not clear?
No, you were verbose but clear.
Okay.
I was making a I said I move we adjourn. We
Okay,
close until
second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, any
See you soon.
abstentions?
Who's driving her?